Well, firstly, of course, congratulations on the new album.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Very
Appreciate it.
exciting.
Yeah.
This one brings the band back down to earth. Tell me about that.
Interesting way to put it. This album brings the band back down to earth. I know what you're saying, and probably we need a little bit of that. I mean, you stand on stage long enough, it's good to reset things. You know what it is? This album was born into the early days of COVID. That remarkable historic time for the planet. And for my brother and I, it was the first time that we had a chance to be in one place for that length of time. So we started working early on, and we said, this is a great opportunity for us to not be distracted, to completely focus on the album, which is our sixth album. Like I never thought that we would make a single album, to be honest, and to be here 25 years later, making a sixth album with my brother is absolutely incredible.
Yeah. It's great that you get to work with your family. I always feel like familial, I can't say it, familial, you know what I'm trying to say, projects they're just special. They're not like anything that can be created otherwise. How does being in the band with your brother sustain your relationship?
Yeah, it's a family business. It's like a pizza parlor or something, or like the mob. My brother and I, look, I don't think our relationship would be the same if it wasn't for the band, and I don't think the band would be what it is if we weren't brothers. Yeah. We've been making music since we were kids, and although he played in a band for a while, and I was making art, and I was a painter, we always had that connection, and we always had that dream of making music together. And it's just incredible to be able to do this and to be able to do it for so long. The new album is called It's the End of the World, but It's a Beautiful Day. And for me, it's a reminder that even though we might face a lot of uncertainty and conflict and seemingly dark days, there's still hope and beauty to be found in the world. Mm. And my brother and I, through this process, look, we've had our ups and downs, we've had our challenges, but we're just feeling really optimistic and happy to be doing this.
It's amazing. Yeah. You said that you tell people, you're always telling people that they don't really know you until they see you on stage.
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Yeah, I do feel like, especially if I meet someone, I make a new friend, I always tell them that you won't really know who I am till you come to a show, a 30 seconds of our show. Because unlike film, music is more, for me, it's more about revealing oneself. It's about sharing oneself. It's about vulnerability and intimacy. It's about connecting with the audience night after night, and not trying to build a character with a set of given circumstances based on a time period that you never even lived through. Yeah. But it's about something real and tangible in that moment. And we're very much a live touring band. 30 Seconds to Mars is, we've earned our stripes on the road, and we've put our time in, and we absolutely love it. We tour all over the world insatiably, and hopefully be back on the road soon.
Yeah. You definitely commit. I saw that video of you jumping off onto the stage, basically flying onto the stage at Lollapalooza.
Yeah, that's one thing I learned how to do in COVID is fly. It's very difficult. Drains your battery on your phone too. It's terrible.
Yeah. But, do you get nervous to do that kind of stuff or no?
I don't really probably get as nervous as the next person, but because I do a lot of climbing.
I saw that as well. You're scaling mountains in your free time.
Scaling mountains and sometimes buildings. Whatever there is to climb, I'm just really obsessed with climbing. So jumping off the stage is really fun. Like I've done a lot of crowd surfing. I've jumped off of balconies. I've jumped off of speakers. But jumping off the very top of the stage at Lollapalooza was kind of it was 100 and something feet. Mm-hmm. But it was fun. Just a good excuse to have a little fun.
I get scared just looking at you scale. Like, I'm terrified of heights. I don't know how you do that.
I think it's just exposure. You know, you get used to it a little bit, and you learn that, you know, if you never walked down the street in New York before, you'd probably be a little terrified too. You ever see a city bus coming at you? You go, oh, yeah, okay. Or a subway, you get so close to those subways. But I just love it. It's one of the few things in my life. There's 30 Seconds to Mars, music, touring, rock climbing that get me out of my head.
Yeah.
And we all need those things, you know, that give us a moment to take a deep breath, to set aside our problems, our job, our conflict, our worries, and just to really be free and in the moment. And climbing does that for me, for sure.
Love that. There's so many amazing artists on tour right now. The obvious are the ladies, Taylor Swift and Beyonce, two huge tours going on. Would you ever collaborate with any of them, or is there any artist that you still haven't collaborated with that you would like to?
Oh yeah, I mean there are so many artists that I would love to collaborate with that I think are so great. I mean, speaking of Beyonce, I met Jay-Z before, and he's just the nicest guy. I really enjoyed spending some time with him. He would be amazing. You know, in the past we've collaborated with A$AP Rocky and Halsey, and yeah, it's fun to collaborate because you get surprised, you learn new things. So I think on this album we have a couple of surprises. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Maybe Jay-Z. Everyone says that about him, by the way, that he's the nicest guy.
Yeah, he's just a pleasure to talk to, and you know, I think as well when in life too you get to a certain point where I don't know. I just really liked him. He's a nice dude.
Yeah. Your hot mess makeup tutorials are so funny. I don't know if they just are so great. I love watching them. Do you always do your makeup on tour?
No, I don't. I mean, you know, for me, it's just all a bit of fun.
Yeah.
And I don't take it obviously, I don't take it very serious. And I'm terrible at, I would say terrible. Maybe I got a little skills, but it's going to be a sloppy hot mess, that's for sure. But that's, you know, we're on TikTok, we're on Instagram, we're on Reels, we're on Stories, we're on Shorts, and it's really about having a little bit of fun, not taking the world too serious, sharing the work that we've been obsessing over, the new music, the new songs, and just getting out there and having a little bit of fun. What I like about it is I do collaborate with TikTokers and YouTubers from time to time, and I like that it's not about perfection. It's really just about capturing the spirit of something. And with, you know, music and film, you can get in that trap. There is no perfect ever, but you can get in that trap of like you're searching for something, and you know, 60 takes later, and you know, you're riddled with worry, and is this going to work? So it's kind of refreshing that it's fast and loose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The VMAs is tomorrow. You're presenting. Do you know what you're wearing yet? You are always so iconic with your fashion.
Well, I appreciate it. I don't know what I'm wearing yet. I have a clue. I have an idea of something. I should just show up in a trash bag or something at this point.
I mean,
but I do. You know, going to the MTV Awards for us is pretty nostalgic. We've been, you know, part of that crazy family over there for a very long time, and we performed. Last time we had an album out, we actually performed with Travis Scott. I was just talking about that in the car, and he was a new artist. And MTV asked us to play our song. It's called Walk on Water. It was our single. It was 2017, and we heard about this artist. We were looking for someone to come and play with us, and we said that would be amazing. Come out and share the stage with us. So he came out in the middle of the song, and this time it's nice to be back. And our video for our first single is nominated. The song is called, thank you. It's called Stuck. A love letter to these photographers that I was inspired by as a kid. But anyway, it's nice to be invited back.
Sorry, you said a love letter to who that you were inspired by?
Oh, the video is the video that's nominated it's for a song called Stuck. And the video is a love letter to a group of photographers that I grew up with that really inspired me.
So
like
cool.
Robert Mapplethorpe, Richard Avedon, Irving Penn, Herb Ritz. So I shot that video in over 2 days in Paris a few months ago. And that was our first single.
That's so cool. I love that. Okay, well, to wrap this up, as I said, we love your fashion and Access loves fashion. So can you just talk a little bit about these looks for me? I was there this night.
Oh.
So what made you bring a head of yourself?
Well, I mean, why not? Why wouldn't you? But this is the result of working with that amazing team over there at Gucci and my dear friend Alessandro. And we just had a lot of fun collaborating and dreaming up. Every time we do these things, it's really an opportunity to be creative, to make a little piece of art, and to have fun, right? Yeah. And it's nice to be a part of the Met. It's a benefit, raises some money, and yeah, for me, it's kind of like Halloween.
Yeah. I think I remember you saying you lost the head that night, or it got stolen.
The head was, it was the most filthy mess you could imagine at the end of the night, because I would let people at the parties, after parties, just say, yeah, you can, and it would bounce around the room. I'd see it floating, like crowd surfing, and eventually it would come back to me. That thing that may have been a super spreader.
Oh my God!
That head alone.
I think that night might have been. But did you ever get it back or no?
Yeah, I did get it back.
Oh, you did get it back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
because I had also read that you not lost, but you also
the Oscar.
Didn't have your Oscar.
Yeah, the Oscar. I still don't know where that.
We wanted an update.
Somebody's having fun with it, I hope. I don't know.
All that matters is that
we know. Great paperweight, that's for sure. Yeah.
It's a great paperweight. We know that you earned that Oscar, so.
Well, I appreciate it. And you hear about this sometimes. They come up for auction or something. I don't know, but it's Marlon Brando's Oscar. It's like, where did he? It just along the way. I don't know.
Well, maybe we'll find it one day.
Yeah.
This look, I'm obsessed with the feathers.
Oh, yeah. This was a fun one too at the LACMA event.
Yes.
And it's a little bit of Liberace vibes.
It is Liberace vibes.
Yeah, I'm into that.
And then, of course, I love the purple leather.
Oh, yes. That was. It wasn't. It's a leather. It's like a pleather vinyl. So it was very hot and sweaty. But
I was actually going to ask you that.
Little no pain, no gain.
Exactly.
That was a fun one. Yeah.
And I like the pink hair
too, right? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we'll go pink tonight. What do you think?
Ooh.
Pink, purple.
Very good. And finally, I was also there, and boy, did it shut down the carpet.
Wow. Yeah. This one. Am I show it off here?
What's the cat's name again?
Choupette. Shoo-shoo.
Yes.
Shoo-shoo.
Yes.
Yeah. I had this idea that it would be, again, just to do something, put some fun into the world if you can. All of these are opportunities to be creative, to make a mistake, to fail, and to have some fun. And Jana's back here too, you see. It was hard to walk in, and when I wore it, I was pretty much blind, so I had to be led everywhere.
Yeah, well, I remember everyone was like, "Who's the cat? Who's the cat?" Yeah. And then finally, we're all like, "Oh my God!"
I almost didn't reveal it, and I walked back down the stairs. Right? Yeah, that was a wild night. It was fun. It was fun. We had a lot of fun.
It was a fun night.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for this. I can't wait for everyone to hear the album. It's so exciting.
I think people are going to be very surprised by 30 Seconds to Mars. Yeah. I think it's unlike anything we've ever done before. And I have to say, with as much humility as I can muster, but I think it's the best thing we've ever done. It's a really strong album. My brother did incredible work on it. And I can't wait for people to hear it. It's out in 40, September 15th. It's the end of the world, but it's a beautiful day.
So good. I can't wait.